What? No, I had to breathe, so I don't. I'm on the podcast. I go.
We were already rolling.
Oh, we're rolling already. Oh.
All right, 210. Hey guys, I'm Tasha with Nathania T10 Podcast. Thank you to Bonpa Media for housing
Oh
and
my
producing,
gosh.
and to Latina Podcast Network for having me on your network. Guys, if you're listening, go watch. If you're watching, go listen. Either way, you're going to want to see who I have because, as always, and I say it all the time, I have the best guests. Fight me.
She says that to all her guests.
I do, but you're part of that.
I want my own.
This is your own.
No, but I want like my own. Like I don't want to be like, oh, this is my best guest. I don't want to be with your other best guests. I'm a separate best guest from your best guest.
Okay, so introduce yourself.
I'm AJ Rivas, the best guest.
Change his title, please.
Oh my god,
It's gonna be best guest.
The best guest.
Okay, so you were actually my second guest
Yes.
of my podcast ever.
Yes.
But that was about dating,
It was about dating. It was with somebody else. Too.
who shall not be named.
Shall not be named.
Okay.
Because he's not single anymore.
Yeah, it was about being single here
Yeah.
in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Are you still single?
I'm still single.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still single. I'm not looking, but I'm not rejecting what comes my way. But the ones that have came my way have messed up that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Are you picky or are you just like anybody?
Like
anybody
No,
can
I
get
guess.
it.
Oh, I don't know. It sounds bad. Like, I'm not saying I'm Prince Charming. I'm not saying that I'm the perfect guy. And I think I said this last time that I'm not into other bigger guys. For those who don't know, I am a gay male.
You're gay?
I'm AJ Rivas. I'm part of the LGBTQ community. Yeah, I'm gay. So I don't know. Just like I'm not into other bigger guys. I'm more into, like I said before, the skinny spectrum to dad bod, preferably like the softball coaching kind of dad, specifically.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Softball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
softball. Coaching dad, dad bod. And it gets me upset whenever I find someone that I'm not into and I get into them and they just mess up and I'm just like, I even like
I lowered my standards for you.
Yeah. No, I don't want to say lower the standards, but I'm like, I
Changed.
kind of like changed my mind. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
And they just mess it up. Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah. So I'm still single, not looking, but if you come my way, you tell me the right things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are the right things? Give them like tips.
Well, you had to have your own job, of course. I travel a lot, so no one is telling me yes, no, maybe, or whatever. Like, I'm traveling for my work. You come or you go, or you gotta stay because you gotta work. You gotta believe in God. I'm a Catholic man, but as long as you're Christian, it's hard to find that in the gay community. But I need me a godly man because if I'm down, I need those words from God.
Yeah.
And then also too, you got to be a family person too.
Yeah.
Your family. If you don't got a family, well, guess what? You're coming into my family, and they're gonna be your family.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Definitely. And just because I know you, I would think somebody that's not like super wild and crazy either. Like you need somebody that maybe can turn up, but wants to be chill.
Yeah, and that's what I want because I don't know if you noticed, like, because we just came back from a trip.
We did. We'll talk about it.
From LA.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more. But I'm more of like a homebody. Like
Yeah.
I'm like I mean, I met you when I wasn't a homebody. I was always out. But I don't know. I if now my mindset is like if I don't have to be out, as in like if I'm not getting paid, or it's not somebody's boyfriend,
Hey.
somebody's birthday, or like special celebration, then I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like, unless I'm benefiting from it somehow as well. I mean, I think we should all be that way. Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah. No, why not? Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can jump into it then. So we just got back from LA.
Yeah.
But right before that, you were in New York.
Yes.
So you've had a really busy week and a half. Okay, so talk about that, how you got there, how it all came to be.
Well, first off, before we go into that, I want to say I'm sorry for not going to your event yesterday. I know I told you I wasn't gonna go.
You
But
did. You lied to
then
me.
I lied to her. But um, yesterday, before I was gonna go to your event,
Mm-hmm.
I was eating something at my house, and my mom made a comment. She was like, "Oh wow, this is the longest I've seen you since you've been back." So I was like, "Sorry, Natasha. I'll spend time with my mommy."
Wow. Except you never like sent me a text or anything of like,
I
sorry,
mean,
I
you're
can't
busy.
make it.
You're over there busy.
I was still on my phone. I was waiting for you. Every time the door opened, I was like, I hope it's AJ.
No, you were with that boogie.
I was. I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you were. I think any man would or any woman would. That boogie, she's another one. She'll turn me straight for like a second.
For a hot second.
Yeah, for a hot second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay, so back to New York.
Yeah.
Question was I doing in New York?
So how did all of these trips, these like recent trips, come to fruition?
So for New York, I actually got booked to be part of a campaign through the CDC. Okay, yeah, through the big dogs up there. Yes, and I was booked through Barry. Everybody may know him as the queer. I think it's a queer. I don't want to lie to y'all. I'm gonna find his name. I just don't. I call him by Barry, but like his Instagram name, y'all be like, oh, that guy. Queer Indigo. Yes, Queer Indigo. He is that tall bald guy who like goes to different places all over the world.
Wait.
And he does like stunts on the walk, like on the street or on the sidewalk.
Is he like loud? Like not in a bad way, but like I don't. He's on TikTok, right?
Yeah, he's on TikTok. Yeah, and Instagram.
Follow him.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he like he's the one that booked me to be part of this campaign.
Nice.
Like I said, it's through the CDC, and what they're trying to do is to get Latino representation, which was me, like the reason why I went. They're trying to get Latinos to make sure that they know their status, their HIV status. I, however, did this campaign. I am HIV negative.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, but it's important to know your status, and this was to encourage Latinos to know their status and how easy it is because the CDC is coming out with at-home self HIV testing, and it's for free for everyone, anybody.
Nice.
Like you don't need to you don't need to give them your insurance. If you have insurance, don't have insurance. They don't need to know none of that. As long as you have an address that they can send you the kit to, that's all they need.
So it's like the COVID test.
Yeah, like the COVID test, exactly, but for HIV.
Nice.
And it's a swab in your mouth, and you send it in, and you get your results like that. I feel like it's better that way because sometimes when you go to the doctor, it's kind of like intimidating sometimes or scary, like nervous. Like there, you're by yourself. At least you're in your home, you know what I mean? Like in your comfort.
Yeah.
Even though you're probably still like,
yeah.
Even though like for me, like I haven't done anything, so there would be no reason for me to be nervous, but it's just still nerve wracking.
Yeah.
But at least you're in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a commercial for the kids and in Spanish.
Oh.
Yes.
It's bilingual.
Yes. Well, not bilingual. It's in Spanish.
Straight Spanish?
Straight Spanish.
Oh.
My line was in Spanish.
What was your line?
I can't tell you. You have to
wait till when?
It's coming out in June.
Dang, that's a long time.
It's a long time, but it's for Pride Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Pride Month. So it's a good month to come out. And it was cool because it was the first, like, I mean, I've been in hair and makeup here in San Antonio. No shade to my fellow San Antonians, but this hair and makeup was so, like, organized. And I, like, really felt like I was in a, like, I come because we're in New York and there's all these queer people around me. And I feel like legit I was, like, on a set for, like, Pose.
Dang.
Like that's how, like, professional they had it. Like, timing, no matter what you do, it's always going to get off. That's the only thing. But organization there in the studio there in Brooklyn, it was super, like, smooth, professional. I was like, I don't need to do hair because I don't got no hair. But the hairdresser made my hair look thick because I was like, there's nothing much you can do. I go, but I have thin hair. Maybe you could make it look thick. So he did that.
Dang.
So I was like, okay, cool. and they did like a little boy makeup,
Uh-huh.
on me for the shoot.
Yeah.
So it was like so dope. Like, also not only that, but I had Jessica Wilde, for those people who love Drag Race. Jessica Wilde, who was on season 3 and season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race of All Stars. She was also doing a commercial as well. And I had 2 of the dancers from House of Escada from the show Legendary on HBO Max,
Nice.
which they are like ballroom dancers.
Yeah.
And it was so dope, the fact that they love me as much as I like love them, and working with like people in the industry, like
Yeah.
the fact that they like label me like to their level.
You're one of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy, but I'm there like screaming inside like,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
That was dope. Yeah.
Okay, so well, before we get into LA, let's go back to you a little bit, like your origins. Like, why did you start doing TikTok and Instagram, and what made you choose Yessica? Like, where did that come from?
So the whole TikTok was just for fun with my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Marisa. It was just for fun. We're bored at a barbecue. It was like a little before the pandemic. I knew TikTok. I would watch TikTok, but I didn't like do anything or whatever. But I did some like a little Nicki Minaj dance on her platform, and after that, I don't know. I just started doing like little like lip syncs, and I was just doing it because it was like almost turned into like a hobby. And then from a hobby, from the pandemic, turned into me doing more dancing. And then when I was dancing, that's when J-Lo and I had like my video on Instagram and TikTok. So that like pushed me to like continue to do TikTok. And a lot of more like people started like noticing me, like icons in my eyes were like Jennifer Pena started following me. Angel Alvarez, who was Sad Girl in the movie Mi Vida Loca. Sadie Lopez, who was Mousy in Mi Vida Loca, because I was doing Mi Vida Loca content with my friend David Notion. And the fact that these people kept like following me and calling me an artist, like I was like it was just like, okay. And I started doing the Selena stuff. And that's when Chris Pettis, started showing me love, and to this day he still shows me love. And it just keeps pushing me even more so. The people, my followers, supporters, fans, whatever. I don't know what to call them. I just call them my AJ fam, obviously. But they're the reason why I continue, because of the stories I've heard. Long story short, there was one lady who said during the pandemic within like 6 months she lost a daughter, her mom and her dad.
Wow.
Her mom and her dad to COVID, and like she was crying to me that Applebee's with her whole family was there, and they legit were crying, saying that I like brought like laughter to those hard times.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
There's so many other more stories, but I was just like, it like just made me like, okay, realize like, okay, I am helping people, because as a godly man, it's kind of confusing though for me. I'm not gonna lie, because a godly man is, what I mean by that is like my faith in God. Like I like after this, guys, I'm going into my Bible study, and it's like I know what I do, I know how I am, I know how I live my life, but God has just honestly like been there for me, like through everything. Like I cannot say God is not real. I cannot say God hates me because I'm gay. Like I can never say that, because I'm here because of the strength that He gives me, and I feel like laughter is a gift, and I feel like I need to share laughter to the world, because there's just too many like evil things going on nowadays.
Very true.
Especially during the pandemic, and I just wanted to spread the gift of laughter, which is I can't hold the gift that God gives me to myself. I need to spread it out, and that's what I kept doing. And the whole Yessica thing is just, it became to where I understood that I was doing these Selena videos, and obviously I'm not the same size as Selena. Obviously I'm a man. Obviously I got a beard. Like we know those obvious things.
Yeah.
But it just made sense to see that Yessica, that this character that was doing these Selena videos was our cousin, was our tia, who back in the 90s or maybe still today think they look like Selena. And it's like, girl, like Selena was like a size 1 and you're a size 16, girl. Like, no, like, or they talk crap about like J-Lo, like, oh, J-Lo didn't do a good job for her. And then the Netflix series, oh, what's her face didn't do a good job. It's like, and you could,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could do Selena justice. But Yessica turned into that character of that one prima who thinks she's all that. And girl, no, you're not. You know,
Yeah.
and also being close to my older cousins, Roxanne, Amy, and Tabitha, shouting them out. Their stories that I've heard as a kid, they may not have known that I was understanding what they were saying or going through, but it was just like I put all their stories. A lot of the stories that come up with Jessica are not fake. They're not made up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like my cousins, my primas stories, just all put into one.
Okay.
You know, so Yessica, yes, the name is made up, Yessica. It was Jessica at first.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jessica, but when I would talk as Yessica, it would sound like I said ye,
Mm-hmm.
Yessica.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just put it instead of J, I put a Y, and then 210.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
So that's where Yessica came from my cousins, and then just being, they're not as big as Selena fans as I am,
Mm-hmm.
but I just put that aspect into what I've also seen that like, no shade to the ladies who love to dress up as Selena during Halloween. I was like, girl, no.
Honestly, I want to do it so bad, but
Uh-huh.
I never feel like, oh, this is gonna sound really shitty, and I don't mean it to, like, I'm not dogging myself, but I never feel like I'm gonna look good enough.
But I think the thing is though, it's like it's Halloween,
Yeah.
like you know, like you know. But I think it's just the point of the obvious, like not to shade it. I'm not body shaming. Don't be coming for me because I'm a big bitch too. But like, it's kind of the obvious thing. It's like, me, what are you gonna be for Halloween? Oh, I'm gonna be Selena. Like, I could drag it up and do hips and make my waist look skinny. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody's Hispanic family tias know what to do. So it's like you got the long hair sticking out and everything, but you have the body for it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
You have the body.
I'll
for
start
it.
working out now,
Oh my gosh.
and then by October, no, like, because I want to do that purple
Mm-hmm.
suit.
Oh, the
I
purple one.
need abs,
Oh yeah.
or at least lines.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not body shaming again. Guys.
Yeah. No
It's
body
just,
shaming. We don't do
because
that
I do
here.
the comedy, but
Yeah.
I just, when you do comedy, a lot of people forget that you exaggerate
Mm-hmm.
things. So everything I'm saying right now about like body and your tia and la longas, like at the end of the day, it's true. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna exaggerate it in my content.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't be coming for me, body shaming. But yeah,
So how did you get started with the makeup then?
the makeup, I actually just, I don't know. I actually, believe it or not, if you look at my first Selena videos that went viral,
Mm-hmm.
I used Crayola washable marker.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
On your face?
On my lips. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What color was it?
It was red, red.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I would actually, I'm not gonna lie, I would use a little bit. Like I would like be careful on how I like put the tip of the black
Uh-huh.
like on the
Oh,
outer
for like liner.
liner, and then I would just put the red, and it would like mix with the red.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
A lot of people would be like, "Oh, I need that shade." Like, what's that shade?
That's what I was like.
And
What
I
shade
was
is
like,
it?
"What shade is that?" And I was like, "Crayola marker, Crayola washable marker." Like
It's
it really was.
puta red.
Yeah, puta red. Yeah. That's how we pretty much started, and then Rosa came out. Adam Ray. Shout out to Adam Ray. We met one time at DragCon the last year. Hopefully one day we get to collaborate. He's back in town actually.
Really?
Yeah, he's back in San Antonio, living with
Interesting.
his family. I watch his vlogs. Anyways, because he was doing the highlighter and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started like, I would do voiceovers of his like lip syncs of Adam Ray stuff at that time too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go to Walgreens and buy like highlighter and just, I don't know what I was doing. So I just get the thing and I was just go like that. Like the whole highlight and just go like that.
AJ.
Yeah. And yeah, I just pretty much went from there. And was kind of trying to see like what my mom would say,
Yeah.
and then she would just laugh about it. And
So she's cool with it.
yeah, so I just started doing full on makeup, and I like honestly make sure I didn't look at no like tutorials or anything. The only help I did have at the time was two of my girlfriends who told me what to buy, and one of them was like, "You put this first and this first, but it just depends on how your face takes it. You gotta probably do it." So like they told me that, like just verbally over the phone,
Yeah.
but it's just for me observing them put on the makeup, those two girlfriends at the time, and then watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
And that RuPaul's Drag Race, they don't teach you how to put makeup. It's just them putting on the stuff while they're talking, and that's how I actually learned how to do my makeup.
Yeah. Well, and now you take longer than me to get ready.
Yeah.
Because now you do like actual like full face.
Yeah, I do. And the only thing this past time, it took me longer in LA because I just wanted to do a boy makeup, like the way they did it for me in New York. But I don't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it, so it looked kind of off.
It was
like,
nice.
I didn't like it.
It
just looked off. So I had to do the whole foundation, the contouring, like. So that's why I was the last one to get ready, because I just didn't like the way I looked, just like weird like that. Like I don't know, but people were saying it looked good. I didn't feel good at all. I felt like it looked bad.
I hate that. Like when I get all ready and sometimes I'm like, I just don't feel it.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh no, you look good." And I'm like, don't patronize me. Like I don't feel like
you're
it.
just being nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Okay, so then let's go into LA. So how did that happen, and what was, I guess, what was the plan, and then what was your takeaway?
So my plan when I go to LA continues to be to show LA who I am. Not just who I am, but who we are in San Antonio. As we're gonna talk about it now, our therapy session.
I loved it.
Yeah. So we had a little therapy session I came up with while we're eating dinner the last night in LA at Cheesecake Factory. Sponsor us. And I don't know, I think what it is, it's like what everyone had told me that I have, mostly everybody. Because Jose's gonna look at this and he's gonna text me. I didn't say that. So everyone except Jose. Jose's very that. Jose's like, I didn't say that. Who said that? I'm like, anyways. But no, like how everybody said, like I have that like, which is weird because I'm a man, but that motherly like
yes
take of bringing everybody together, and I keep everyone together. I have that, maybe you can explain better what they said. Is that what they said?
That you're like nurturing, and like you brought people, so you didn't bring them together, but you keep them together.
Yeah,
that you're like the glue.
And I feel like that's just the way a lot of our parents are here in San Antonio.
Yes.
And I feel like that's just a huge and especially in the Hispanic culture here, I feel we're our own tribe, like
for sure.
We're our own culture here.
Yeah.
And by me showing that to them, God willing, like Magali's already came here, Sando's already come here, which they are big influencers. So check them out, Magali and Sando.
Shout out
to them. They've already been here to San Antonio, and I just like I love LA. I just love LA. I love the culture there as well, and I feel it's similar, but it has its differences, but it's kind of similar in a way. And I just feel like being a San Antonian, as local San Antonian, I want to show people that I don't always have to go to you, not in a bad way, but it's just I don't always have to go to LA. I'm gonna show you why you need to come to San Antonio.
Yes, I agree. And
that has been my number one goal. One of my number one goals since I started was to put San Antonio on the map. Because I feel like we have a lot to offer here, even though we're such a big town.
Yeah.
Or small city. We're a small town, big city. Maybe.
Yeah. It's definitely. I tell people all the time, like, it's a small, big city.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows each other in some way, shape, or form, or they're related, or they dated.
Yeah.
So baby mamas.
Yeah.
But And we have that, like, we're very sweet and like welcoming and loving, but also it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to get from one side of town to another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's still a big city. Like, we still have
Mm-hmm.
over 2 million people here.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just like what I've been trying to do. And look, like, finally, it took me so many times to go to LA to finally, hopefully, it's going to go through, come through. But that the fact that Alexis might come, you know, that Noel might come, and, you know, not just Magali and San. Not that I don't want that. I say that.
Yes.
I don't mean like
all
that.
of y'all come.
But everybody come, you know, so they can see what we have here.
Yeah.
And they want to come during Fiesta, so I was like, okay, that's the best time to come.
Yeah.
Because I feel Fiesta, and I know we talked about Mi Tierra. You're like, what, Mi Tierra? But it's just Mi Tierra has this aura of, for me, it's the San Antonio feel in there.
No, it is.
You know, like
it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Like,
yeah.
I like even more so. I think it's more for me because my dad was a busboy there before he passed away. So me growing up at Mi Tierra, there were times where my mom and dad didn't have a sitter for me because they both worked at the same time. So at those moments, I would go downstairs with Mr. Ricardo, may he rest in peace. If you go to Mi Tierra, there's a certain bread there, sweet bread there. It's called the Ricardo. It's a muffin. And he's the one that was his recipe. And he was an older man at the time, so he would give me like $1, $2. It was that relationship that I bonded with him.
Yeah.
And whenever I would go downstairs, the bakery's downstairs. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Mi Tierra is downstairs. I don't know if you see, like, whenever you walk into Mi Tierra, say from the parking lot, not from Market Square, but from the parking lot, you check in. And I don't know if you see that area where the waitresses and all them go in and out to get the food.
By the bakery area, like where you get the bun.
Okay, yeah, by the bun. And then, like, when you walk in to go sit down, there's like the kitchen. Okay, downstairs in the kitchen is the bakery.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was a downstairs.
Yeah, the downstairs is the bakery, but it's not like where you go shop. It's where they make.
Yeah.
So all that stuff they sell is fresh.
Yeah,
bought.
Definitely.
But I will go down there, and my treat at the end will be whatever I wanted, and I would help Mr. Ricardo. If you ate those cookies, with the jelly. During the years of 93 and 94, those were my fingerprints.
Aww.
So I would like be down there with him and I'll put my fingerprints and all those cookies.
Okay, so then it makes way more sense.
Yeah.
That you want everybody to go to like Mi Tierra.
And it's not just because of that. It's just not because of my experience. But I just feel like, I don't know, like every time I go to Mi Tierra, you see the Virgen de Guadalupe. You see the
papel
whether
picado.
you're Catholic or not, that's the culture here.
Oh no, for sure.
The Virgen de Guadalupe, all the skulls, like the Day of the Dead things, the pictures of the musicians, the mariachis, the margaritas are good there. You know, and even the food. You know, the tortilla, the corn, the flour tortilla, like all that stuff, the paintings on the wall. It's just like, if Fiesta's not going on, like I'm taking them there.
Yeah.
You know, like just like I said, for the vibe.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I just love San Antonio. I don't know. I cry about it. That's how much I love it here.
Aww.
You know, and I don't see myself leaving. If I leave, it's just for a little bit to come back.
Yeah.
You know, because I've always wanted that, make connections out. Sometimes I have to be out there, make connections to bring them back.
Yes.
You know, that's what Tyler Perry did. Tyler Perry went far. He's like, I know I'm not black, but Tyler Perry is really one of my inspirations too, to what I do in comedy, because he had to leave where he's from, and look, now he has his own studio, his acres of his studio in his hometown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what? If you're gonna work with Tyler Perry, you don't have to go to LA.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to New York anymore. You go to Georgia. It's in Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought doing a movie in Georgia? You know?
And I love that you are wanting to bring people back here and show them like how beautiful our city is and the culture and the people and the feel and like all of it, because I love San Antonio, and I hate when people like dog on San Antonio and like, oh, it's boring here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's literally something for everybody. It doesn't matter how old you are, what your vibe is. There's something for everybody. And so I really hope that they come out. If you're watching this, I hope you'll come out.
Yeah.
Please, that would be amazing. Like, they're awesome people. And I texted you the other day when I was on the plane still. And I said thank you, and I'll say thank you, you know, in public for everybody to know. But thank you for introducing them to me and for even being open to that. Because so many people, especially here, right? Unfortunately, but I've talked about it before, like gatekeep. And they're like, oh, no, that's my circle. Those are my friends. Like, I put in the work and whatever. But it doesn't mean that, like, yes, I was introduced to them, but they still don't know me. They still, you know, like have to get to know me.
Yeah.
There could have been where they're like, no, I don't know. I don't like you, or vice versa, whatever. That wasn't the case. They're very, very sweet people, and they're very chill. Like, for being,
and they're just like us, like,
yeah.
because it's a thing, like, plugging it in. I'm starting my own podcast as well.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, it's like, the reason why I say that is because a lot of people see these influencers, content creators from LA or from New York. And then even with us, like, they put us on the pedestal a lot. And it's like, you go over there to LA, they're or New York, they are struggling content creators just like us here in San Antonio. Like, we're all struggling, trying to be, whether we're trying to be number one or we're trying to make enough money to continue doing this stuff. You know, everyone is like struggling, you know, to, okay, when's the next gig? You know what I mean? So, and that, with that being said, future sponsors, it takes a lot to know what it takes to be a content creator.
Yes.
A lot of people they just think it's just, okay, hey, I'm here with Natasha, it's for the story. Like, no, like, I still have a bunch of videos from LA I need to edit.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to edit it, it's just because, like, I'm like, there's just so many, like, strategic things you got to think about. And then not only that, like, oh, I forgot to get this. How am I gonna edit this video if I didn't get to? I can't go all the way to LA to do that. Like, so it's just like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, like, turning on. And yes, we choose to do this. I'm not complaining. I know if you love it, it's not work. I'm not saying, but it's like we explained, like, it's a different click.
Right.
Like, when you're in that mode of content creating,
yeah,
you know, it's like a different, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's not work because we enjoy it.
You just like turn it on.
It's like
That's what I was talking to with like Santos and Alexis, was like, how do y'all do it? Because y'all are so chill as people, but in your videos you're like, boom, like, look at me, I'm dancing, I'm singing, I'm, you know, all of this like crazy stuff. And it was like awesome for me to see you guys like create content, but at the same time it was like intimidating because it was out of my like comfort zone. And I was like, ooh, like, I create content but not like y'all. And so it was very different. And then even like being in like a couple of the videos, like in the back, I was like, oh, so don't fuck it up.
And also too, like, with the whole sponsor thing, like, I mean, without saying it, but like, it's like, for example, sometimes sponsors don't understand, like, if we need to do something for them that we promised to. You saw there was like no time for me to remember.
Yeah.
To do like something at that time, at that moment. Like, you saw how busy it was, like, because there's been times where like sponsors are like, hey, like, I sponsored you, you haven't posted. I'm like, hold on, like, I'm like, they don't know that people were knowing like how long it took us to get an Airbnb. I was back and forth with the damn people on Airbnb. If you're watching this, like, you need to get your shit together, because oh my gosh, it was such a stressful trip because of you. Not saying I will use you again, but clean up your act.
Yeah.
And, you know, checking into the Airbnb, you were there with us. Well, because it was booking.com. Thank you, booking.com. And then doing the whole like hotel thing. Them not like they don't see that. And I'm like,
yeah. There's a lot of like,
it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
and it's not just the filming. It's thinking about the content you want to create. Then it's the editing. Then it's the posting. Then it's the like,
and then even
pushing it.
We're out in California. It's like, what day can you meet? I'm here to this day.
Uh-huh.
I'm with it. Oh, I don't know. It's either I can have a ride from Noel or Alexis, or I gotta pay $50 for Uber to go to you. Well, no, I'm here in LA. You come to me. So it's like a bunch of like
Back and forth. Yeah.
back and forth. People don't see that
Yeah.
because I get it, and I get it a lot. I'm sure you do too. It's like, oh, you're in LA again. Must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
For starters, for one, it is nice.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was good weather until
Yes,
we came here.
it was great.
But it's actually good today. I love the weather today.
Yeah.
But the second thing, it's like, yeah, but you don't see what I have to go through to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see like from a business standpoint of like, yes, I can pay myself to go to LA, right? I can do that. But why do that when I have so many businesses who support me and
Mm-hmm.
want to sponsor me or want to help me in some kind of way? And so you don't see the back and forth with the businesses or back and forth with the business people and the yes and the no's and oh, I'll give you the money today, but end up don't give me the money till next year. Like I'm exaggerating on that, but it's just it's work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
and people just expect us. Oh, they just put on this on the ring light. Let me tell you, when you're a content creator, you don't even use a ring light. Like if you're a real one, you just use it for lighting because you have some like that's like sorry, it's kind of immature, but I'm not saying we don't use it, but it's like it's more than just putting our phone on the ring light.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
way more than that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love what you're doing, what they're doing, what all of y'all are doing, and especially for the Latino community. It's
Yeah.
Latino representation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all like understand or grasp like how big that is because y'all are younger too. So yes, y'all are doing content and like it's entertaining and it's fun, but y'all it's so much more than that. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
not just like, oh, I want to be entertaining. Like you're
Yeah.
really trying to change things. And I love that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah. So when are we going back?
I don't know. Any sponsors out there?
Also
I
sponsor me
I
too.
used my own money this past time, so I'm like, I'm going back to LA. I need some sponsors. But now I can talk about sponsors. Let me just say something. This goes for both of us. When we say sponsors and you like, well, how can we sponsor? Let's make it make sense. Believe me, with my mind, I will make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many ways we can go about things, because there's been some businesses where they're like, well, why am I going to sponsor your trip to LA, but I don't have business in LA? I'm like, no, you're sponsoring me to go to LA. You're based back in here. Do you want me to have a meet and greet at your venue,
Mm-hmm.
at your restaurant or place of business? Do you want me to host, whether it's AJ or Yessica? Do you want me to host event for you? Do you want me to do a professional shoot for you?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that depends on how much you're giving me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's just so many ways that we can go about, like sponsorships and stuff. So those businesses out there, don't be discouraged because I'll help you out. It's just, it takes time to get used to all this and learn for both ends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna poke you. I'm not gonna poke you in the eye either.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it for sponsorship because I do want to go back to LA.
Yeah. Sponsor me too. Thank you.
Yeah, us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you also do comedy.
Yes.
How did you get started with that?
My godfather of comedy was Flo Hernandez. He's he's in Dallas, Texas, specifically in what is that place in Dallas? Oak Cliff, from Oak Cliff, Dallas,
Okay.
in that area. I actually met him because they interviewed me on their radio station in Dallas
Mm-hmm.
about my TikTok and stuff, and me and him just stayed close. And he's like, "Hey, what do you think about having a Q&A meet and greet at one of my shows in Corpus?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." This was like the pandemic was just lifted, but we were still wearing masks at that time
Mm-hmm.
because I sold masks at my for merch, and so that meet and greet Q&A turned into an 8-minute set on the stage
Nice.
as AJ, not Yessica, as
Yeah.
AJ. People wanted more, and He's like, all right, man. He goes, let's get you. I think you should do it more. And the fact that I would host pep rallies, and put pep rallies together when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
all through high school, and the fact that I would coordinate quinceañeras, MC quinceañeras weddings
Mm-hmm.
in the past. So it just like me being on the mic on the stage, just like always has been part of me.
Yeah.
You know, even as a kid, you know, doing the Marcelina stuff as a kid, and I did the our part of town talent show.
You did the what?
Our part of town talent show. Do you remember those?
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Oh, she's from the north side.
Oh my god.
The our part of town talent show. Ask your Riverwalk downtown people. They'll probably know the older ones. I was in the talent show. My dad put me in there.
Uh-huh.
I was a little like I think I was like 4 years old, singing "I Have Nothing" from Whitney Houston,
What?
and I won third place.
Where it's only downtown?
No, it was like they had our part of town talent shows throughout like the whole city, so they would like host them at like Market Square and the little like inside or at Morcreles Mall back in the day. They would have them at the theaters, like the different theaters and stuff,
What?
like Guadalupe theaters, like stuff
West
like
side.
that, and even at the museum, they would like host like different like
What?
all over. They had like it was a talent show for the city,
Yeah.
and they had like different districts. People would compete, sing, dance.
I grew up on the
Comedy.
east side, first of all.
Well, why are you
But-
rapping the norteño too?
I just reside on the north side.
No, but yeah, I would do that. So as a kid, I've always been on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't said it out loud.
Oh.
I'm dropping news right now.
Oh shit.
Okay. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna be in a stand-up comedy competition.
Oh.
I'm gonna learn how to do stand-up.
Oh. Okay.
My hands are sweating right now.
Are you like? Do you have something in mind?
Nope.
Honestly, when you do comedy, no, but honestly, when you go into comedy, you're like, damn, like,
I'm just gonna raw dog it and see what happens.
and like, I don't know. I don't know if the guys are gonna pay attention to your jokes or your tight dresses.
I could wear a muumuu.
Oh my god, Natasha wear a muumuu. So when is that? When are you going to that?
April. It's in April.
Mm.
Nobody knows. You're the first person,
And everybody
Like-
watching.
and everybody watching.
So how do you feel about that?
My hands are sweating. Like just talking about it. I'm very nervous.
What made you want to?
It's for charity,
Oh.
and I'm all about local and supporting a good cause. So
Mhm.
I said sure.
What charity are you doing it for?
I'd have to look it up, but it's through Cleto.
Oh, okay, through Cleto. Okay,
Mhm.
so Cleto is doing a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm too dirty mouth for Cleto's.
I know he's
stuff.
clean. Yeah, I mean me
But
too.
I've taught Cleto, if you're watching, I've asked you. I know you're not like, I can't hold you accountable to it. But like I've asked him, I was like, I want to learn how to do like
Clean.
clean comedy.
Yeah.
But I don't do like f bombs. I don't do f bombs. I do like more like puta or babosa. That's still not clean comedy. But
True. Yeah, like it's no cuss words.
yeah,
No sex.
yeah,
Jokes.
exactly. That's what I talk about.
It's literally you.
Let's see. Let me try. So I went to the store, right? I can't.
No, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I get.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cleto. I love you from afar.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. Dope. I hope it works out.
Wow. How do you feel about it?
That's good. Yeah.
Wow. Just
I'm trying to like.
Speechless.
No, you can do it.
with your back into it.
You can do it.
Yeah. Sí se puede.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede.
I'm going to throw up. All
Okay,
right.
Throw up.
No. All right. So I think we have to wrap up because you have to go to Bible study.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go Bible study. Speaking of,
No.
yeah.
You have to go talk
But,
to God.
Yes, I got to. I have to. If not, like I'll be crazy. I'll be a crazy patient.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm just want to also say, add in here, that I'm super excited. Y'all be on the lookout. on the Sephora TikTok page.
Period.
Yes, because they will be posting my collaboration that I did with Sephora and Lion Pose, which is a beauty product.
Yeah.
Which is a night serum. And they will be posting sometime in March.
So exciting.
So y'all be on the lookout for AJ on the Sephora page. And June for the HIV commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And June 1st, which is my Pride comedy show.
Yes.
My Puro Pizza Pride comedy show, June the 1st.
At Upstage again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so upstage for now.
Okay.
But if I find, I'm not trying to dog upstage. But last year, I was sold out and there was people still wanting to go. So
just do 2 shows.
I don't want to do 2 shows. There's so much. Ugh.
Wow.
There's so much.
Well,
no, it's so much
you're
energy.
You're super famous, so you're going to have to do 2 shows, bitch.
No, I'm super famous to where I need Woodlawn Theater to
do LOL.
No, I'll do like Woodlawn Theater.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking towards like Woodlawn Theater or Guadalupe.
What about Carver?
Where?
Carver.
What's that?
Right here, on the east side. It's right here. It's really pretty. It's really nice. It's like a full auditorium.
I like your bracelet. Where'd you get it?
What bracelet? What bracelet?
So you think you're pretty?
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had to. Anyways, but no, I never heard of that place.
I'll show you. I'll send you the stuff, but it's really pretty.
Yeah. But if not, like, I mean, right now I'm still scheduled at, Upstage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, June the 1st, the first day of Pride Month.
That's exciting.
So, and I already have my hosts.
Who, Lindsay? Who?
Miss Tencha La Jefa.
Ah, Tencha.
Yeah, Tencha.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tencha La Jefa is going to be.
I know her.
Yes, I know of her. But yes, I'm going to have Tencha La Jefa. She's going to be my host this year.
Awesome.
So I've had my host. My first time was, and this is like from AJ Rivas Presents.
Mm-hmm.
My first show I had, it was Jose Not Juan who hosted.
Mm-hmm.
Second show, which was my Christmas show, Christy Waters hosted.
Mm-hmm. I was at all of those.
Yes, and this time it's going to be Tencha La Jefa.
Nice.
And so what I'm trying to do, though, like with my shows, is I'm trying to not recycle my entertainment.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's so much talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, I would love to get Jose Not Juan again. I would love to get Christy Waters again. But I was just like, no, there's like a chance for everyone. And whether they performed or host for me. Like, so Lindsay was in my first Pride show.
Are you looking
phenomenal
for like LGBTQ?
My Pride shows are only, the performers are only LGBTQ.
So if I get really good at this,
yes, you're gonna have
in like 2 months, I can be part of the show. No, it's okay.
You're gonna have to audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited for that.
That's awesome.
Looking for sponsors for that.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to sponsor, I'm always looking for sponsors. So don't feel like, you can't reach out to me. Reach out to me. I will find you something to sponsor.
Yeah.
Like, believe me, I will find you something to sponsor.
Definitely. Slide in the DMs. How do people find you?
You can find me on Google. Google my name.
Just Google me.
AJ Rivas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to use your Google tab, on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, it's AJAYY Rivas. Okay, that's my @. On my Facebook, it's AJ Rivas. Just A&J Rivas. And my YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yes, AJ Rivas. And also, too, you want to know the name of my podcast?
Oh, you got a name? Okay, what is it?
A name.
What is it?
Better hear your drum roll. No one here.
No, but I can't. My thighs are harder.
Oh,
Look. Okay, go.
My podcast name is called.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you.
What? Say
No,
it.
I can't tell you.
Say it. What the
Can't
fuck?
tell you, no.
Say it. How you get? I did a whole last
I
drum
know you
roll.
did. It's very Latino, Tex-Mex, very that. De veras for real.
People are gonna watch this. That's the name of it.
De veras for real with AJ Rivas.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
De
like it.
veras
Yeah.
for real with AJ Rivas.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
De veras for real.
Now you just need to have me as a guest.
Yeah, I already had my first guest yesterday.
We know. I know. I'm aware. It's not me. So I can be your second guest because you're my second guest.
Yeah. Well.
No, you still were my
no,
second guest.
No, that
You're my
count.
second episode.
Doesn't count.
You were
Doesn't
my
count.
second episode.
It doesn't count.
Oh my god.
Because not even those when you would remember where you came from when you were doing the little interviews.
Remember where I came from?
Yeah, when you'll be like with your little microphone.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Natasha with 210. I never got one of those.
Yeah, you did.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Natasha.
Swear.
Swear.
AJ.
Natasha.
Swear.
Swear.
You're lying.
I never got one of those. Silky from RuPaul's Drag Race got one.
It was silky. And it was 2 seconds. You got one.
No, I didn't.
Promise.
I promise
You're going to make
you
me
that.
go through 500 plus episodes?
I am going to make you do that.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I would always see you. I'm like, man, she never interviewed me with a little microphone.
It was short-lived, that little mic.
Mm.
You like filmed for me, I think maybe.
Yeah, film for you doesn't mean that you interviewed me.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not going to do this with you right now.
All right. When I find it, you're going to have to publicly apologize to me.
I'm going to go to my Bible study and pray for you.
Pray extra hard. All right.
But yes, that is it for Natasha's Norteña 210. Thank you to the studio.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Do my outro.
You do. I don't know it.
All right, guys. Make sure that you like, share, follow AJ and his bullshit. Just kidding. Thank you to Bob Media. Thank you to Bob Media for housing and producing, and to Latina Podcast Network for having me on your network. I really appreciate it. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Continue to follow me. My handle is Norteña210 or Natasha Gonzalez. Just look me up. Okay, bye.